Previously, we established that the prophetic scriptures contain a warning of an impending worldwide apocalypse, commonly called the Great Tribulation, and that God is going to gather the remnant of Israel to assemble on Mount Zion in Jerusalem in order to physically escape the predicted 3.5 years of the Great Tribulation. In an effort to determine when the remnant must be in the place of refuge at the divinely designated time, we're going to examine an allotment of prophetic time, often referred to as the 70 weeks of Daniel. Shalom, my name is Guy Smith, and this is the 8th video in this channel, as the days of Noah. According to the prophet, 70 weeks of prophetic time had been allotted, in which specific predicted events would affect exclusively the people of Israel and the holy city of Jerusalem. The more accurate translation from the Hebrew is 70 sevens. Regardless of which translation you prefer, each 7 or week, prophetically speaking, has a duration of 7 years. So this allotment of prophetic time encompasses a time period of 490 years. According to the vision, this 70 weeks of allotted prophetic time begins with the issuing of a decree which instructs Israel to rebuild Jerusalem, and concludes with the advent of the Messiah, where at that time the Messiah will finish the transgression, put an end to sin, make an atonement for wickedness, bring in everlasting righteousness, complete the vision and prophecy, and anoint the most holy place. The people of Israel were in the final days of captivity in ancient Babylon when the prophet Daniel received this vision of 70 weeks of prophetic time. Then an edict to rebuild Jerusalem was attained from the Assyrian king Artaxerxes I by the prophet Nehemiah in 444 BC. With the issuing of this decree, this predicted event was fulfilled, and the 70 weeks of Daniel began. The next event in this vision was the predicted execution of the Anointed One at 69 weeks. Historical studies have shown that the Messiah's crucifixion occurred as predicted 483 years after the signing of the edict by King Artaxerxes, thus fulfilling the first 69 weeks of Daniel's vision, with 1 week remaining to be fulfilled. However, if the 77s were continuous, then the 1 remaining week would have been completed 7 years after the Messiah's crucifixion. But the continuation of war and sin is an indication that Daniel's vision of 77s is not yet complete, leaving 7 years of prophetic time yet to be fulfilled. This final 7 is often referred to as the 70th week of Daniel. And it is the second half of this prophetic week that God is forewarning us of. And for those of you that feel this calling, you must be on Mount Zion in Jerusalem prior to the start of the 3.5 years of Great Tribulation. Only those that watch for the start of this final 7 years will know when the Great Tribulation will start. This is when information provided by God through the prophetic scriptures. It is the 4th element of Bible prophecy. These passages can be shaded blue and then added to the 4th category. Are you interested in knowing what indicates the start of the final 7 years? I encourage you to subscribe